I'm Maddie and I live in my 2001 Chevy Express van. So I bought my van in December of 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic, because I realized if I didn't just jump into it now, that I probably never would. So I built it and it took me about 4.5 months to finish, and I left the very next day as soon as it was done. And I've been on the road for 3 months now. And there's not really anything that I would change about my van because I built it very specific to my needs and what I thought would work for me, and so far it has. This is my bed, clearly, and it's a full-size futon mattress that I cut like 6 inches off of just so that I could lay all the way flat on it, which I can, and I'm 5'4", but I normally don't sleep like that anyway, so I've been very comfortable this summer. And then I built myself a little slide-out table just because my countertop area is very small. And I use this mostly like as a cutting board, and I love it. It's just so easy to just pull it out, chop my veggies, and start cooking. And then my drawer, which is hatched because every time I start driving I have to batten the hatches. I found this at a junkyard for $6, and it just happened to fit perfectly under the bed that I'd already built. And it fits almost all of my clothes except for a couple of sweaters and things like that. I downsized a little bit when I moved into the van, but I didn't really own a lot of stuff to begin with, so it was pretty easy to transition into like having everything I own in here. So I have a pretty simple water system. I just have a marine foot pump down here. I have 6 gallons of fresh water that drains into 6 gallons of gray water, and it usually lasts me like 2 weeks before I have to empty and refill it. And it's got a pretty steady flow, so that works for me. But yeah, this is my entire kitchen setup down there. My sink is always full of dishes because I'm incredibly lazy. I've got my spices up here and then a couple more hidden over there. This is the bane of my existence though. It falls every single time I start driving. I just have oregano and chili powder all over my floor. It's just part of the gig. This is my closet slash pantry slash bathroom. I have my dry food, my toiletries, and just random necessary things. And then a couple of things just hanging around it, my little mirror. Works for me. It's super not organized, but I know exactly where everything is. So it's kind of like organized chaos. And it stays shut when I'm driving, so by accident, my wood just expanded so far out that it now touches the other hinge. Okie dokie, moving right on up to the cab. This is where I keep my refrigerator because I don't have a solar setup yet. I definitely want to add it one day. But at the time when I built the van, I really just wanted to like get on the road as soon as possible. So I found this bad boy on Facebook Marketplace for $65, and it just plugs right into my 12-volt. And I don't really refrigerate a lot of things anyways because I'm vegan, so most of it is just like almond milk and cold brew and blueberries. Like, it's really all that's ever in my fridge. But I just keep like random little crystals up here that I dug for in Utah, and little notes of like recommendations that my friends have given me for different states. Couple little road maps. My backup camera that one time started smoking, so doesn't work anymore. That was a fun first week in van life activity. These are my lovely dirty back doors because they were mismatched when I had to replace one of the doors right when I bought the van, so my brother painted them for me, but you know, it's just, she's quirky. This is my garage area, so to speak. I just keep random crap and like yoga mat, camp shower that I've never used full of water, sleeping bag, all of my shoes. The one thing I couldn't downsize when I moved into my van was my shoe collection, so I made sure that I had a spot for them in the van. And then over here is tools and not as fun stuff, poop shovels, things like that. But yeah, it works for me. I have more space than I know what to do with, so. So that was my whole van. It's not much, but it's home and it works perfectly for me. I've been posting all about my travels and where I've been going on my Instagram at Madison Court if you want to follow me. And there's also kind of a little sneak peek of how I built the van. Throughout the last few years, people have labeled me with words like courageous, brave, or fearless. And it always felt a little disorienting to hear those words because I've never viewed myself that way. I can't really say that I relate. I mean, I can see how people think that. I dropped out of college to travel and have been doing it as a solo female for over 2 years now. I saved up money and built out a van. I've openly come out as gay, and I'm always sharing things like ice cold water dips, cliff jumping, or rock climbing. But what I usually don't show are the countless times I've stood on the top of a cliff jump, paralyzed in fear, as people below me are counting down from 5 over and over. So many times I've left without even jumping. And one time when I was in college, I went on a ropes course and they even had to escort me down because I was too afraid to do the zip line. I've been terrified of exploring the realm of lead climbing, and it took me years to finally decide to pursue traveling full-time. But getting over my fears has been a big theme for me recently. I bought a month-long membership to a climbing gym in Denver, Colorado. There are only bouldering routes there, which means there's no harness to hold you, just a thick mat that you fall on. Bouldering has always scared me, since I broke my ankle one of the first times I did it. But I've been devoted to challenging that fear, and every day I've been going to that gym, pushing myself to go higher and higher on the wall. I've also been doing a lot of outdoor rock climbing, and I even did my first multi-pitch and trad climb the other day with my friend Craig. It was over 160 feet up the wall, and I set up my own anchor and rappelled down for the first time. Another fear I confronted this week was my fear of cliff diving. This time I felt committed to jumping off. As I hiked up to the cliff, I repeated affirmations like, I am safe, I am supported, I am excited, I can do this. I observed as my heart began to race, my palms began to sweat, and my chest began to tighten, and instead of labeling these things as fear like I used to, I told myself that it was excitement, adrenaline. After all, the bodily cues of both emotions are the same. The only difference is our inner narrative surrounding it. I got to the top of the cliff and stood there, not in fear but in excitement, and looked down at the water below me. I tried a few times to jump, but I stopped myself. And then I finally did it. I pushed off from the cliff before my mind could reason with me not to, and landed in the ice-cold glacier water. It felt exhilarating. I felt proud, ecstatic, and on top of the world, and I started to realize that even though I may not be fearless like some people have said, maybe I can begin to identify with the words brave or courageous, because you do not need to be absent of fear to be courageous. You just need to persevere past it.
Good job! Yes! How do you feel being back on the ground?
It feels so good.
Was it fun?
No!
Not at all.
No! It was so horrifying. Oh my god, it's fucking scary as hell, dude.
Does it feel worth it?
Now that I'm down, yes. But it took me 40 minutes and I sobbed. Like, I was mostly afraid of going down. I wasn't afraid of, like, looking around. I was just really afraid of having to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But he made me feel so safe and
Aww.
I just like took a couple minutes and like
You did great. Good job. I'm proud of you.
These years the shadows grow again. Yes, it weighs me down. The winter winds are in our heads. Spring will come around. Wait, I don't wanna go. I don't wanna leave you in my lonesome past. So I just wanna know.
How was it? So good.
So good.
We have oranges, dried oranges, dates, hummus, and pita chips. This is a dried orange that Craig gave us. I'm gonna try it. Wait, you should try one too, Maddie. We should all try it at the same time, even though Craig's already tried it. But
wait, you eat like the skin and everything?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Cheers!
Super good.
oh, it's like
Oh my god, it's so chewy.
yeah, it's chewy. I wouldn't expect
I can't even
that.
bite it.
It's good though, actually. The peel isn't that bitter, really.
No, it's not.
It's sweet. Is there sugar?
It's really chewy. It's pretty good.
It's good. I like that. What would you rate it?
5.
But okay, not your favorite. I like it. I'd give it a 7.
Hey Sarah, if you're not gonna go, we need to swim back. It's really cold in here. Are you gonna go?
No, swim back!
I'm so proud of you. I literally thought I wasn't gonna jump off of it.
I knew you were, but I hate that you did it without us looking.
I know, but I felt like
It was now or never.
I felt like I had to do it when there wasn't pressure on me.
Yeah.
But every single time I try to jump off, like in cliff jump, I always take so long. That's probably the shortest I've ever taken, honestly. I'm so proud.
I just need someone in my life to give it structure, to handle all the selfish ways I'd spend my time without her. You're everything I want, but I can't deal with all your lovers. You're saying I'm the one, but it's your actions that speak louder. Giving me love and you are down in me.
Hi, I'm Maddie, and I live in my 2001 Chevy Express van.
Come on.
I fucked up. Hold on, I already fucked
Okay,
up.
do it.
This is my pantry slash closet slash. I say it all the time. This is my standard floor. And then, not much going on up here. I have my That feels so awkward. I feel like I'm... And if you want, I've been posting about all... Yeah, hold on. Oh, you can start... I forgot where I'm starting at. Am I starting at... Okay. And I've been posting all about where I've been going on my Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram... What? Just 6 times.